right, this is Storage Orbit of Nick Fuentes, Part 2. Orbit Storage, Part 2. The Imperishable Inscription. Thanks for those people that have been commenting that don't know anything I'm talking about. I just want to thank everybody who's calling me gay. They call me a barefoot gay guy. I mean, none of this stuff is creative in the least. It's just it's probably not even real people that are saying that. But anyways, here we go. Imperishable inscription. Imperishable inscription. Check out all the books behind me. Look at all my books. I'm so smart. Okay. Part 2, on passion, power, and the long memory of matter. My final words, outlasting all these foes, each phrase a symbol pressed into a fern. Out for a walk, my darling, be back soon. Sovereign passion in the world imprint. Passion, when wielded like a crown, seeks substrates rather than subjects. It stamps itself into lifeless things, not to animate them, but to outlast those who sneer. The sovereign instinct does not ask permission of time, it deputizes geology. Rule is measured not by obedience, but by persistence. To reign is to survive one's rival by becoming legible to erosion. Writing as geological act, speaking as geological act. Language does not end at parchment. It migrates into reefs, shale, mudflats, and coal seams, where syntax slows to the pace of sedimentation. A phrase pressed into stone becomes a fossil of intention. Meaning once buried trades clarity for duration. Amber, pitch, and shale are mnemonic devices without consciousness. They remember by refusing decay, holding twitches, tracks, and breaths in suspended rehearsal. What is saved is not life, but gesture. The fossil preserves the fact that something once tried to move. Before archives, there were blades and ochres. Meaning was chaffed into gabbro, daubed in fat and ash, enacted in caves where horses leaped by firelight. These marks do not explain, they attest. Ritual inscription is not commentary on the world, but evidence of having faced it. Monument in ruin. Monuments are confidences written at scale. They assume a future reader sturdy enough to stand among them. Ruin corrects their assumption without malice. Trunkless legs of stone teach that scale guarantees neither legibility nor reverence. Every civilization anticipates misinterpretation. Hence, cryptographs, cartouches, plaques, genes as messages and warnings addressed to ghouls not yet born. To encrypt is to admit fear. Fear that the future will arrive without key, or worse, with the wrong one. Storage, hoard, and vault. To store is to hope against contingency. Cylinders beneath parks, crates, and salt mines. Relics under schools. These are acts of faith disguised as logistics. Time treats all vaults as provisional. Even the most precise clockwork eventually synchronizes with rust. When Earth proves unreliable, meaning is launched. Discs of gold, glass sheets, metal moons, and spinning brass spheres carry messages beyond atmosphere and excuse. Space turns inscription into prayer. The sender will not be present for the reading, if reading occurs at all. Mountains mistake for faces reveal the hazard of scale. At planetary distances, intentions blur into typography. Folklore is the afterlife of a failed documentation. When archives scatter, stories coagulate. Amid ziggurats, Satellites and warning plaques, the most fragile inscription persists, a sentence addressed to one's beloved, promising return. This is the paradox of endurance. Intimacy, though smallest in scale, often survives longest in memory because it requires no decipherment. Narcissist spectacle, collapse, and epistemic discipline. Perception rules the day. Asking questions is not the same as making accusations. When spectacle dominates, evidence becomes optional. Asymmetrical attention. When a single actor commands the larger platform, tempo becomes power. Volume, frequency, and immediacy overwhelm deliberation, regardless of accuracy. In such environments, silence does not signal dignity, it signals defeat. Waiting for courage to exhaust itself misunderstands the medium. Attention economics rewards persistence, not restraint, and they convert patience into vulnerability. Thus, head-on engagement becomes not escalation, but containment. Delay widens the aperture through which speculation floods. The high road presumes shared norms of good faith that no longer govern spectacle-driven discourse. Appeals to civility collapse when accusation is profitable. Moral posture without counter-narrative concedes the field. It invites inference, not empathy. Consistency, not sanctimony, is the minimum requirement for credibility under siege. In the drama economy, conflict is serialized. Each episode must intensify to retain viewership, ensuring that claims expand while proofs thin. The investigator becomes the protagonist. The investigation becomes a pretext. Resolution would end the show, so escalation is structurally favored. The logic converts politics into soap opera and governance into set dressing. Attention, positive or negative, functions as fuel. Public rebuttal can energize the accuser if it recenters the narrative on their persona. Being named validates the performance. Being opposed confirms importance. The spectacle thrives on recognition. Counter strategy must therefore separate refutation from amplification, addressing claims without feeding the personality's economy. Inquiry seeks falsibility. Accusation seeks adherence. The former invites standards, the later evades them. To conflate asking questions with publishing unsubstantial allegations is a categorical error. Questions test hypotheses, accusations assert conclusions. Accountability attaches to claims, not curiosities. When claims are made, evidence is owed. Speculative systems often advance expansion claims and retreat to minimal ones when challenged. This oscillation preserves rhetorical advantage while avoiding refutation. Critique of the expansive claim is reframed as suppression of the minimal one, manufacturing grievance. The tactic corrodes discourse by making standards appear tyrannical and scrutiny appear like censorship. Organization under attack, by mixing roles, mourning, management, messaging without a unified doctrine, mixed signals read as calculations. Avoiding names avoids clarity. Precision is not cruelty, it is boundary setting. A decisive posture claims enumerated, evidence demanded, timelines fixed, constraints, narrative sprawl. Skepticism applied selectively is not skepticism, it is branding. Institutions are held to standards that personalities refuse for themselves. The refusal to apply identical evidentiary thresholds across actors degrades trust into all judgments. Critique without standards is theater. Standards without enforcements are decoration. Declarations of universal affection or studied non-judgment masquerade as humility while functioning as abdication. Neutrality is the face of reckless allegations, is not balance, it is permission. When influence is large, refusal to discriminate between evidence and invention is consequential. Grief does not immunize leadership from scrutiny, nor should scrutiny exploit grief. The failure lies in collapsing these domains. Once leadership authority is assumed, arguments must be answered on their merits, not deferred by appeals to sympathy. Weaponizing compassion undermines compassion itself. Speculation without discipline exhausts audiences and discredits legitimate skepticism. Each unfounded claim raises the evidentiary bar for future inquiry, harming those who will need trust later. The long-term casualty is epistemic credibility. When perception governs outcomes, defense must be proactive, coherent, and relentless. Winning the public case does not require cruelty, it requires clarity, standards, and persistence. Ruthlessness here means refusing the rules of spectacle while denying spectacle and rewards. If accusation dominates unchallenged, innocence becomes irrelevant. If challenges amplify personalities, truth becomes collateral. The only sustainable exit is disciplined confrontation. Enumerated claims demand evidence, correct records, repeat. In the spectacle state, truth survives not by purity of intention, but by force of structure. And that is the end of part 2 of Orbit Storage of Nick Fuentes. Please Google the name Abe Zucca. Check out my art at zuccagallery.com, and I'll see you guys later.